7 is the time. Kelly Jackson here, Jay Kanzler filling in for McGraw. Now we're going to talk food with Kat Neville. She's the editor of Feast Magazine, Feast.com, and Feast TV.
All the things.
I know. You are a busy lady, but you always manage to come and visit us.
I like to be busy. Otherwise, I just get bored.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, it's not.
Being busy's good.
I was writing down my addresses.
Okay. So you have two really great things. One that really caught my attention, and really Jay's attention too.
Yes.
Is the teaching kitchen.
Well, companion. I heard as I was walking in, Jay, that you have spent some time in the kitchen yourself.
Restaurant kitchens, yes. But it is not translated over to spending time in the home kitchen.
Well, the new companion teaching kitchen can change that. They are located at 2331 Chutes Road, out in Westport, in the Westport area, and it's a new facility where they've moved their production facility. They have a bakery cafe out there, plus they have this new teaching kitchen where you can learn so many things about baking. And so I recently took a pretzel making class.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yes, and it was taught by, they were delicious, and it was taught by none other than Josh Galliano, who is very well known for his time at restaurants around the city. So you're learning from very knowledgeable people. Cassie Vyers is the manager of the kitchen. She, of course, she and her husband, Josh, ran Home Wine Kitchen in Maplewood. And so this is her kind of the new thing that she's focused on. And Josh Allen also, who is the owner of the company, will be teaching classes from time to time as well. And so you come in and it's an intimate space. It's a really beautifully designed teaching kitchen where it's a long table where you have students on either side, and you're given everything that you need. And so for the pretzel class, we came in and there was a little snack to start off and some tea and some water, and we all kind of just got into it. And it was very focused on step-by-step hands-on instruction, which I thought was exactly what I was looking for and what all the folks who were there. We weren't there for like a demo class where you drink a whole bunch of wine. I was there to learn. But they do have demonstration classes where, where you can, just drink some wine. I think they had a bourbon class in a couple days after. They have Baking 101. They have kids classes.
So you can be amateur then and do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the folks who were there had no clue. But it was really interesting. I learned how to make the twisted pretzels, and you put all the big, the kind of like crunchy salt on top. And we took home plenty. I have like pretzels in my freezer now. And actually what I did, I made pretzel bread pudding over the weekend that was delicious.
It sounds interesting.
Good.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. So that's a brand new thing where, so if you're listening and you're interested in, learning more about cooking and learning from some of the best, then this is a really good option.
Do they have a guest chef like every week or every month?
That's a good question. I don't know if they have guest chefs or not. If you go to the website, companionbaking.com, you can find the information on the classes themselves. And it's called the Teaching Kitchen specifically. And so that they do have a couple of cafes and things like that. So this is a new thing entirely. And so, for example, they do have guest chefs. So Nancy from Pint Size Bakery, which, love Pint Size Bakery. Christy Augustine is one of our fabulous columnists. And so she and Nancy own run Pint Size together. So that's actually on the 18th of July. There are 13 openings available, and it is at 6 p.m. And then this weekend, there's one on Saturday, Baking 101. There's only one opening left. And then actually on the 23rd, it's going to be Sweet Pies with Jane Callahan from Pie Oh My. So they do bring in folks from around the area. So very cool stuff.
Fantastic. Okay, what's the other thing? Kitchen Culture.
Yes. So Kitchen Culture has launched Kounter Kulture. Speaking of Pint Size Bakery, it is the old Pint Size. It all comes together.
On Watson?
Yes. So it is the old Pint Size Bakery space, because as we talked about a few weeks ago, they moved to a larger and like a quart size.
Right. It's not as small.
Exactly. So the address for the new Kounter Kulture, and that is spelled with a K, not with a C. So it's 3825 Watson. And Chris and Mike are doing wonderful things. I don't know if you remember, they did a series of pop-ups at Local Harvest. And so the menu that they've developed for Kounter Kulture is kind of an extension of that. It has a real Asian flavor. So on the menu, and I wanted one of everything, let me tell you. They have spring rolls that include seasonal greens, cucumbers, rice noodles, mint cilantro, and it's served with a carrot miso sauce like you dip in on a really hot day because it's essentially raw. It's
nice
wonderful.
Yeah.
So good.
Not heavy.
No. And so what the folks from Kounter Kulture are known for with Kitchen Kulture is cooking directly from the market. So you'll find Kitchen Kulture with their to-go meals and prepared items at Tower Grove Farmers Market, and they cook with produce from the farmers who are selling at the market. And so that philosophy has been extended into Kounter Kulture. So you find, when it says seasonal greens, they really mean that it's going to rotate with whatever is available from their farmer partners. And when you arrive, because it is takeout, they do have a few small tables that kind of line the outside of the space. But when you arrive, they give you a little amuse. And so just because you have to wait, because nothing is, it is to go, but it's not grab and go. So you're not walking in, getting something out of a cold case and leaving with it. They cook everything to order, and then you take it with you. And so so they give you like a little amuse to kind of tide you over while you're waiting for your food to be made. And when I was there, it was little baby new potatoes with a fermented black bean XO style sauce that had a little bit of dried shrimp, and it had some julienne Chinese sausage and scallions. It was delicious. It wasn't fancy. I mean, it was, potatoes and fermented black bean sauce, but it was super tasty. Plus they have, they'll offer you a glass of wine or beer while you wait, which that's a yes, obviously.
Of course.
Yes.
So wait, so is this an Asian themed restaurant or, okay.
Yes. And it's not really a restaurant.
Okay.
I mean, because it's takeout.
That's true. So you're not really sitting down. And
well, they do have the little tables outside where if you feel like sitting, you certainly can. And they'll run the food out to you. But it's not a sit-down restaurant per se. And so they have a kohlrabi salad on the menu right now. And that, of course, will be, changing up with the season. And I'm going to butcher this. Okonomiyaki pancakes. Okonomiyaki. Yes.
Okonomiyaki.
Thank you. Good, Kelly. That's better than I did last night when I was talking to Chris. But these are Japanese-style pancakes. It is a wonderful, lovely kind of fluffy base. And then you can top that with like kimchi or Chinese bacon, mushrooms, or laughing bird shrimp. And it gets like bonito flakes and sesame seeds and a drizzle of like a hoisin-style sauce on top. It is really decadent, honestly, because it's sweet and
is it
just
a breakfast item or an any time?
It's an any time.
I can hear McGraw now. If McGraw were here, he'd say laughing bird shrimp.
Yeah, he'd be like, what is that? I don't get it. And they also have tonkatsu steamed buns, which are massive. And so tonkatsu is a panko crusted pork tenderloin, essentially, a pork loin that's been pounded and then fried in panko. And so here, what they do is they put them into these big, pillowy, steamed buns, and you can either do pork or mofu tofu. And I mean, when I got this thing, I was expecting like a standard steam bun, which is kind of like a dollar roll size. This was huge. My best friend lives in Iowa. And if you've ever been to Iowa, you know that they're known for these fried pork tenderloin sandwiches where the meat kind of like hangs out on either side.
Right.
And this to me was like the hybrid of like middle America pork sandwich and Asian fabulousness. It all came together at Kounter Kulture. They also do a couple of noodle dishes, a cold ramen salad, and a cow soy chicken curry, and it's great. It's a really wonderful addition to the scene for sure.
It sounds fantastic. I'm gonna have to.
It's not in Benton Park. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just in that area yesterday along Watson. So
I always try to find Kelly new spots in Benton Park, so it's close to where she lives.
Okay, so teaching kitchen companion and Kitchen Kulture, which is
Kounter Kulture.
I'm sorry,
Counter Kulture.
Yes.
Kounter Kulture,
Yes.
which is on Watson Road.
Exactly.
All right. How's Feast magazine? We only have a couple seconds.
Awesome. And this Friday, Taste and See Barbecue and Spirits, $15. Go to 9net.org or feastmagazine.com, and I brought you a couple of tickets.
Thank
and I'm
you.
forcing
Now I
you
have
to
to come.
You have to come. Kelly always tells me that she's coming to the Feast events, and then she never shows up because she says she has to sleep.
It sounds great.
At some point, she has to.
It sounds great when, like, I'm talking to you now, I'm wide awake, but when Friday night rolls around, I'm like, oh.
Well,
I have to get up early on Saturdays.
Please come.
Yes.
I would love to see you there.
Thank you. Thank you for the tickets.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kat Neville.
You're welcome.
8:47. Thank you.